Good evening and welcome. Tonight we will be going over the history and geography of the city of Freeport in the Bahamas. Let's start by zooming out so you can see exactly where we are in the world. Tonight we are on the island of Grand Bahama, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump from Miami over here in Florida. Not very far off at all. It is very easy to find the Bahamas on a map like this because you can see this gorgeous water all the way up from space. If you were coming in from Mars, you'd be able to see the Bahamas very clearly if you were at this angle because that water is just something else. So you see the Milky Way in the background there? Look at that, that's so cool. I love Google Earth. Anyway, we're up here on Grand Bahama, which is not the largest island in the Bahamas. That would be Andros Island down here. But this island is very important to the Bahamas because of the city of Freeport. Now, when I saw I was going to cover a city called Freeport, I thought, oh, I bet you that this city has an old history where former slaves moved here and around the port area, which was probably very old, historic, probably built by the Spanish or the English back in the day, and called it Freeport because it was a free city for escaped slaves. No, I was very wrong. Freeport was established in 1955, not very long ago at all. And it was an agreement between the Bahamas and a lumber company in the United States, where this company would get to lease the land for 99 years. That wasn't the original agreement, but it expanded out. So this company owns this area until 2054, and they would get to develop it without, I would say without paying taxes, but it's a free trade port, hence the name Freeport. Now, when you're looking at this, you can see the borders here. Where's the port? Where? I was looking all over like, where is it? Ports are not small. Ports are big. Where's the port? There's some oil there because this is the port. Dum, dum, dum. Look at all the containers. Look at that. That's so many. Here's the port. The port is not in the city of Freeport. Not at all. But it is, as you can see, a huge container port. It has dockings for giant cruise ships here. Doesn't look like there is one when this photo was taken. And it's got all of this oil refining here that ships out to everywhere in the area. There's a cruise port. Space for a ship right there. That's for the Balearia Caribbean. I haven't heard of that one. But yeah, lots of spaces for cruise ships to dock. But nobody's here today by the looks of it. This area looks like it's being developed into something or other, doesn't it? Something or other here. So this is the port. This is it. Apparently, lots of cruise ships come here, but there really isn't much to do in the actual city of Freeport, other than, of course, seeing the beautiful beaches. You're still in the Bahamas. This is Xanadu Beach. Isn't that nice? Doesn't really look that nice, but it's still the Caribbean, so it's still gorgeous, even though it's like, oh, that looks pretty dumpy for the Bahamas from above. It's still paradise. It's still absolutely, look at that water. Absolutely gorgeous. There are lots of other beaches along here, though. Let's go look. And of course, restaurants. Ooh, an apartment building right there. That's nice. But that isn't the nicest living here. You can see there's East Palm Beach. Where's the beach I'm trying to find? There's Lucaya Beach and Taino Beach, named after the indigenous populations that would have lived here in pre-Columbus times. Although I didn't read anything about there being like artifacts found in this area, I think it's just kind of presumed that they would have been here because they lived throughout the island. And I'm sure would have greatly enjoyed these beaches. There's like big resorts along the coast here. Let's take a look. There's Bahamas Adventures Freeport. There's a water park. Here's Taino Beach, which from what I can tell is like the big beach here. This is like if you're saying you're going to the beach, you're coming here. And of course it's all decked out with chairs and umbrellas and lots of food. There's the massage booth. How nice is that? You can get your Whisper Crystal Paradise Island beach massage there and drinks too. Just like who watched Whisper Crystal? Go subscribe to her. She hasn't posted in over 10 years, but she was one of the inventors of ASMR, and I fall asleep to her at least once a week still. But yeah, what's also neat about this area is that it's very developed, and they've carved out into the land here and created little bays here for hotels and residential areas, and you can tell that it's still being developed. But like, look how nice. So everyone has an oceanfront property without being on the beach. And there's a bunch of these. Like, look up here. This is the border. So don't look over here because they're still building over there anyway. But yeah, it looks like they've built this huge canal going all across the island here over to this residential area here. But yeah, everyone gets an oceanfront property without being on the beach. It's still very much in development here. The only like thing I really saw that wasn't along the beach was this nature center, which there was one website that was like, come to Freeport, we have beaches, we have the nature center, come to Freeport. Like, there's not much else here for tourists to do like in town other than probably eat some absolutely amazing homemade food. But it's not like a gimmicky, touristy kind of place, other than along the coast, of course. They got some sweet birds here, and beautiful trees, and snakies, and turtles, and an art gallery, apparently. Isn't that nice? But yeah, like, other than that, it's just a regular town where just people are just living their lives here in the Bahamas. They've got churches, they've got Joe's Meat and Produce Market. There's the Rugby and Football Club next to the YMCA. Like, it's not, it's just a regular town. They've got, a golf center over here. I guess you could go do that. Go golfing in the Bahamas. But yeah, there's lots of these cool little neighborhoods where they've made all these oceanfront properties where you can, I guess, just jump out your window and go swim in the ocean. That's pretty cool. The Boiling Hole. Oh, I think we're out of the town, but who cares? Oh, there's no pictures at the Boiling Hole anyway. Other than that, that is Freeport. I saw some things that were like, if you're a tourist, don't go to Freeport, just stay on your ship. Because there's nothing really to do other than eat and see a beach, which there's beaches everywhere in the Bahamas. It's pretty much all beaches. So, but I think it's kind of nice. I think we should look at the Pirates Cove Zipline and Water Park. I would not do the zipline, but I would do the water park. You can see Jack Sparrows. How do they get that licensing? I don't know. Maybe just don't tell Disney. Don't tell them. don't tell them. Don't let them lose their. You can see there's a big cruise ship right there. Freeport Harbor, Grand Bahama Island. Bahamas Adventures Freeport. What's it? Bahamas Adventures. Swimming and beach. Yep. I guess you can take out Oh, that's the Balearia. Ooh, fancy. That is a swanky boat, isn't it? That's like a river cruise boat. I guess it just goes throughout the islands here, but that's fancy. But yep, you can see a big resort there at Churchill Beach. Look at all the umbrellas out. And that's pretty much it. It is a little city that is ever growing, very tiny, very quaint, but also very important to the Bahamas because, I mean, there's all of this happening there. Other than that, that's pretty much it. This was an easy one, wasn't it? Normally I say, take your time to explore this area on Google Earth yourself, but there's not much here to look at. Unless you want to look at hotels and such. There's not much else to see. But I always encourage you to explore the Bahamas. There's no place like it in the world. Not even in other places in the Caribbean. It's something else, the Bahamas. It's a little paradise on Earth. But that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this style of content, please consider subscribing. Next, we will be doing like a full-blown episode because we're going to the city of London, which is cool because I've been to the city of London. I've been to London and I've been to the city of London, which are separate things. You're going to have to subscribe. If you're like, what in the world? What? You're going to have to subscribe to find out about the city of London. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. Let's see what the main slideshow has for City of Freeport. There's beaches, there's containers, palm trees. Isn't that pretty? You can see the ship in the distance there, heading to the port. Oh, look at that. Wonderful, wonderful. And the big container boat. Looks like it's leaving. That doesn't look very full. But I do hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational. And I hope that you have a good